All right, so let's drag this layers panel out like this, and we just make it nice and tall. All right, so on your watercolor effect layer, select it, and here's where we're going to add some magic to it. So we're going to go to the filter drop down and choose filter gallery. And in the filter gallery, there's a bunch of categories, and you want to go to the artistic category, and you want to choose watercolor. Um, and let me. Why is this thing so big? Okay, let me shrink it down so you guys can see it. There you go. All right. So with the watercolor effect selected, we want to check the shadow intensity. So if you make it too high, notice everything is really dark, too much shadow. So we don't want any shadow. So take that down. The texture, you see how it changes here when you change the texture up high. Well, we're gonna actually have the texture be applied through a watercolor paper texture. So we don't want any texture here. So both these are 0. Now the brush detail, if you make it really, really high, notice the difference here. It's really detailed brushes, or really low and kind of blotchy. So the general rule with this thing is that if you have a high resolution image, you have a really high resolution image, you want to choose a low brush detail. If you have a low resolution image, and then with a low resolution image, then you use a high brush detail. So my photo is actually a low resolution photo. So I'm gonna choose something like around here. But you get to pick. Then you hit OK. So then you have this thing applied to that layer. If you ever want to go back to change those settings, just double click on filter gallery, and then you're back to here, and then you can change these settings. Okay? So that's how you can get back to that if you need to.